reading from my recovery journal. I feel like I need to go through a period of knowing I can eat as much as I want without feeling guilt in order to free myself of the dieting mindset. It's not normal to have to be obsessing over my calories and weighing my food every day. I feel like my entire life is centered around body image and food, and I want to break free and just live my life. I know I have a really low body image at a higher weight, but even when I weighed 110 pounds and looked sickly, I was picking apart my body and going mentally insane. I need to get my period back, so I know I need to gain weight, but I'm afraid I'm constantly feeding my binge eating disorder. Even these last few days, I was trying to eat intuitively and tried to eat 1,800 calories, but I was obsessively weighing my food and thinking about food all day and filling up on veggies and tea. I still have low energy and feel crazy in my head. Part of me wants to let go and eat whatever / whenever, but part of me is afraid and feeding my emotional / binge eating and out of control behavior. Going to a nutritionist would just put me back in that mental obsession with food and calories. It's just like putting a band-aid on and covering up the issue. So there's so many things I don't know and I'm confused about, but here's the things that I do know. Okay, so yeah, this is another thing that really helped me in recovery. Like, I felt like I just didn't know so much and I was so out of control. So one of the things that I like to write down in my diary is just, I don't know, things that were hopeful and encouraging to me. So things that I do know. So 1, I want to follow a high carb plant-based diet. 2, I want to work towards intuitive eating. 3, I want to get my period back. 4, I don't want to numb my emotions with food. 5, I don't want food and body image to be the center of my entire life. 6, I don't want to go back to calorie restriction or trying to lose weight through restriction. If you think about it, if I was in the wild and I had to go through a famine and suddenly there was an abundance of food, I would probably eat all that I could and gain a lot of weight in case there was another famine. But as time goes by and there is no famine and always an abundance of food, eventually you'd think I'd reach a normal steady weight that's fit to run away from predators. The next year, I think I will allow myself to eat carefree to heal my mind and my body. This will allow me to restore my weight, repair my metabolism, get my hormones balanced and period back, get healthy nails and skin, and have high energy without restricting myself. So it's kind of like going back and forth between what I should do. Like, should I follow a meal plan? Should I try to control the amount of food I was eating? Or should I just allow myself to eat as much as I want? So food intake, May 24th, 2015. 10 bananas, 2 dates, 1 cup lentils, 1 cup blueberries, 3 large white potatoes, 2 small sweet potatoes, an orange, 5 large bananas, a pound of mushroom, large kabocha squash, small sweet potato, 5 bananas, ice cream, 5 banana ice cream, a plum, kimchi, 6 large bananas, 600 grams of butternut, 4 pieces of bread with peanut butter and molasses, avocado, 1 banana, 4 bananas. I love how I just wrote all the bananas separately instead of combining them. So in total it looks like I had 10 plus 5, that's 15, and then 5 banana ice cream, that's 20, 6 large bananas, so that's 26, plus 4, that's 30, plus 1 banana, so that's 31. So I had 31 bananas that day. A half bag of Heritage O's, which is a cereal, and 1 cup cooked oatmeal. So my camera battery died on my other camera, so I'm switching to a different camera. So I have a smoothie now. This is kind of like my part 1 of my breakfast that I have every morning. It's kind of like my alternative of a green juice, because I really like the idea of a green juice, except I want to have the fiber that's missing in a juice. So this is lettuce, parsley, banana, blueberries, spirulina, ashwagandha, astragalus, flax seeds, chia seeds, and maca powder. That's everything that's in here. Oh, and an orange too. So yeah, it's my pond scum. This is what I usually have before my breakfast. It's just like a good start to the day. And then my breakfast is usually banana ice cream with oatmeal. It's like the best combo ever. And I make my banana ice cream with white beans actually, and cocoa powder to make it like chocolate banana ice cream. It's so good. Oh my god. Okay, so continuing on. I feel like it's hard for me to transition into any kind of normal eating when my mind and body are still in starvation mode and eating disorder mentality. I feel like I need to completely break free of all food rules for a while and just eat until I feel more stabilized. So this is June 1st. It's crazy to me that I only weigh 126.8 pounds after 30 days of eating 8 to 10,000 calories per day. That is pretty crazy. Mostly from carbs, but also a lot of junk and fat. My plan is to eat 2,500 to 3,000 calories of whole high-carb plant foods while focusing on fitness and getting stronger. That's such bullshit because I remember doing that, as I'll probably read later, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna only eat like 2,500 to 3,000 calories, and so I'd do that for the day, but then it would hit bedtime and I'd be like starving, so then I'd always end up way over 3,000 calories every day. Here I tracked what I ate again. I had 3 peaches, 8 bananas, 2 plums, 5 potatoes, 1 butternut squash, 2 sweet potatoes, 1 small yam, an entire package of rice pasta, 5 banana ice cream, 1 pound beans, 10 dates, 2 more yams, and a half bag of Heritage O's. I'm so conflicted, I can't stop crying, I'm so depressed. I feel like I can't really listen to my dietitian and therapist. I feel like ED treatments is so new and not enough studies or research is out there yet. I think that so often anorexics go to binge eating, bulimia, and the way they recover is to learn to suppress the urge to binge, when really the natural, more holistic way to treat it is to allow yourself to binge and allow your body to gain weight and the protection it needs in case of another famine. I also really believe in high-carb, low-fat lifestyle, and yet my dietitian thinks veganism and vegetarianism in itself is an eating disorder. I remember that, so my therapist and my dietitian basically thought that me being vegan was me just trying to restrict my calories or my food intake in some way. But yeah, that's so true. Like, I've talked to several people who have, and just like from reading too, people who recover from anorexia, they feel like they're gonna have the eating disorder for the rest of their lives. Whereas like for me, I think that I'm not gonna have my eating disorder for the rest of my life because I didn't try to follow some meal plan and I wasn't restricting my biological urges. I think these people who recover from anorexia and feel like they're gonna have an eating disorder for the rest of their life, I totally believe them, because I think they didn't allow themselves to listen to their body truly and allow themselves to eat as much as they wanted. Because I know that if I followed a meal plan and didn't allow myself to go through this period of extreme hunger, then there would always be that urge at the back of my head that I still need to make up for the lack of calories in the past. And I don't think my metabolism would have got as high as it is now if I had stick to a certain calorie amount. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I know I keep changing my mind, but I need to learn to eat intuitively. I use food whenever I'm stressed or have anxiety. Yeah, so I'd always change my mind on whether I needed to like restrict my calories or whether I should allow myself to eat as much as I wanted. I was so back and forth in that. So June 4th, I've been eating peanut butter, burritos, pancakes, boxes of cereal, pasta, burgers, etc., and I'm still 126.8 pounds. It doesn't make sense. This has been such an emotional roller coaster, and I've had many mental breakdowns in this week. We went to Calgary and stayed at the cabin visiting family. I noticed how skinny everyone is and just watched in awe as everyone ate so moderately and intuitively. Yeah, so this is what happened a lot in recovery. I would see what other people were eating and like look at what I was eating, and I'd be so triggered because everyone was eating such small portions, whereas I just wanted to eat like 10 plates of food. And I remember seeing everyone in my family is like so fit and healthy, and they so like be like, oh, I'll just have like this little tiny slice of cake and like just like 3 chips and like just so like little portions of everything, and it drove me insane. I binged all weekend and I know I weigh over 130 pounds now. I didn't actually. This whole month I've been giving myself a license to binge, thinking that I was binging because, yes, this is just me going back and forth again, thinking that I'm like, have binge eating disorder or whatever. I feel full, fat, and bloated, and more disgusting than ever. I'm crying and I feel like I'm in the darkest, loneliest hole. I started reading Brain Over Binge in the car ride home. My parents have been amazing at supporting me in tackling this issue. I'm forever grateful for them. So then I was kind of doing some research into Brain Over Binge and thinking maybe I should try to follow this process. It's funny. June 8th. After a week of eating 4,000 to 10,000 calories every day, I still weigh 126.6 pounds. That mathematically does not make sense. It's true. I have joint pain and amenorrhea and the symptoms of severe adrenal exhaustion. All of the research I'm doing tells me in order to fix these problems, I need to gain weight. It may take my body over a year to heal. After that, I can lose the weight in a healthy manner. And that's exactly what happened. A year later, I'm losing weight in a healthy manner after recovering. After that, I can lose weight in a healthy manner. Goodbye, Skinny Alice, for now. I need to focus on my health and recovery.